Welcome everybody to our second Gacha Gaming podcast, where we discuss Gacha games and we go over kind of obviously we're going to be focusing mostly on Weathering Waves and Star Rail, Impact, and pretty much the main four big ones, I would say. Impact third, Weathering Waves, Genshin, and Star Rail. I am starting to play Punishing Grey Raven again, so I might start adding that one in a bit more. I do got some things to say about that today. Which one?
Punishing Grey Raven, but that's when you use the console.
Yeah, I started last night. It was actually a lot of fun, to be honest. Okay. So Pirate, how was your week? How was your week?
It's been a busy one. Yeah, a couple of things happening. Then also to kind of practice because I'm getting my laptop this next coming. So it's basically just kind of just putting things in order. So when it comes to just me to do the obligatory open up, and then the drives, change my data set, set back up again. Usual things that we getting in new stuff, and then I should be able to speak without any more problems.
That'll be really nice. I mean, I know, man. When you get to upgrade your rigs, man, it's like the best feeling ever as a PC player. Console players don't know that feeling because you guys get like a new console every like 6 years, so it's just like a whole new system. But for us, like when you really upgrade your gear, your rig, man, it is like the craziest feeling ever.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest, after being a PC player, I don't think I could ever go back to being a console player again. I just couldn't do it. I like the freedom I have with my PC stuff. I like the fact that I can cheat in games when I want to. You know, like obviously solo player games, like if I'm playing a game I beat 50 times, I want to play it the way I want to play it, I don't want to play it the way it's supposed to be played anymore. I've beat it a million times. I want to have fun with it. Like for me, like I said with you yesterday, I had a meeting with my boss who tried to explain how it would benefit me to stay and work for him for a minimum wage, which is, always,
Makes no sense.
yeah, kind of a weird thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I could find a better job that pays better than a minimum wage. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to get back into streaming next month, or next year, sorry, in March. April of next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start streaming at least 2 or 3 times a day. But again, like I said, when I stream, I want to try to avoid streaming so many Gacha games, and try to get back into streaming some classics. Like, if you guys haven't caught this on my stream, I did stream Sweet Home, which is a Nintendo JRPG, which is the inspiration for Resident Evil. So I want to start getting back into some other fun stuff like that, and just kind of having some fun, just more fun games and whatnot, and not focusing on the Gacha stuff. Because I'll be honest, I love Gacha games, but I hate the Gacha community. And by community, I mean the content community.
It's always like that only Gacha games can raise so many things. But then the Gacha community itself, then you successful in the one that actually needs to itself.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing too is, people, you also have people trying to discuss actual DPS in these games where, realistically, if you want to increase your DPS, you just gotta spend money. That's how it is, guys. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't matter which Gacha game you're playing. I'm a big fan of Star Rail. I feel that Star Rail is very very free to play friendly. Impact third as well. But realistically, if you want to do the high tier end game content, you're gonna have to spend money. That's just how it is. The question is, does the game lock summon currency behind that content? And if it doesn't, then I think it's fine. It's okay to have high end content if you're not having summoning currency behind that crap. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, we're gonna try something new. I want to try something new. Is we're gonna try and take maybe every 15-20 minutes we'll take a break to shout out at comments in the chat. So if you do get your comment in the chat, don't worry, we will get it shouted out. Last time was our first time, so we were a bit rough on it, but this time we'll work better at getting those comments shouted out. And I'll try to pose questions to you guys out there, and you can feel free to comment. And then again, anybody interested in joining future podcasts with us as guests, if you're a regular to Pirate's stream, feel free to hop to talk to Pirate. If you're a regular to my stream, you can talk to me, and then we can schedule something out for because again, we would love to have guests out and get other people's opinions that aren't the mainstream content creators who just spout the same thing everybody else does. I want to actually try and get other people's content ideas.
And it's kind of get all like this scholarship stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Kind of
When people become big streamers, they end up honestly just either looking for drama. I found, or just openly supporting bad ideas in games, right? And I would like to avoid the big streamers who, are trying to get brand deals so they don't want to say anything negative, or are just trying to farm views by being completely negative, right? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we know who those people would be. But if you watch Genshin videos, you know who those would be, right? All right. So, just real quick shout out. How's everybody out there today? I know I saw Mia in the chat. I saw Spazi in the chat. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, being super boys. I think I should Mia, do you please?
Mia, you can call me Mia.
It's a rhetorical question. I don't care.
You can call Mia short if you want. That's what we call her for short. We call her Mia. All right. So the first thing I have up here is I want to talk today. I wanted to kind of go over different gacha games. I know last time we talked a lot about Weathering Waves and pretty much the main four, but I wanted to go over some other ones that just kind of some other gacha games that I feel are, to be perfectly honest, really bad, but are from such huge IPs that the content creators don't acknowledge how bad they are and make excuses for how bad they really are. So the first one I was going to get into are the and if you guys play these games, please feel free to to give your own 2 cents about it. But the first one to start off with was the Dragon Ball Gacha games. So
I haven't seen it. Honestly, I haven't seen that. I think we'll see a picture for that. It's because of you.
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there's 2 big ones. There, of course, you have the newest one, Gekichin Squad, but I'm gonna ignore that one because that's just come out, and so we don't know what that will be like in the future. Never take a gacha game's first few months as what the gacha game will be, because gacha games almost always evolve into something better or worse after the first few months. All right, something to remember. The first one I'll talk about is the oldest of them all, Dokkan Battle, man. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do play Dokkan Battle. I really enjoy these games. I do think it's a lot of fun, but for me, it's really sad that in 2025, that game still has a pretty bad pity system when it comes to getting the new units. Now, it does have a pretty good one for old units, right? Like, so if you're like, they have a special coin you get when you summon. You need a lot of them. I'm like a ridiculous amount, to be honest, but it is something that I think a free-to-play player can get. And maybe 2 to 3 of these units a year, which isn't bad as a free-to-play player. And because it is a solo player game, right? There is no PvP in this game. Units do tend to be viable for much longer, and then they do get regular. They do end up buffing the old units, right? If you guys don't know about Dokkan Battle, it's been around for 11 years, man. This is an old game, dude. It's a very old game. It does get, I think, a lot of unfair criticism for being a bubble popper game. Because the fact is that, it is a bubble popper game, but it is also kind of has RPG elements to it. And it's kind of fun if you do pay attention to the RPG elements. They have some pretty good content creators for Dokkan Battle. I'll be honest, I do like most of the content creators for Dokkan Battle are drama free, and they also usually are pretty honest about how good or bad a unit is. It's actually kind of crazy. I'm gonna be honest, man. This is crazy. Like if you know Caribbean apart from watching the Hoyoverse content creators, this is actually a group of content creators that like everybody gets along. and everybody can agree when a unit is bad and a unit is good. It's actually kind of insane that there's almost zero gaslighting in this game with the content creators. And I will be honest, like, the game's pretty good. Like, they got some pretty good animations. It's really improved. It's been around for 11 years. But I would say it's sadly a Japanese gacha game, and if you don't know this, Japanese and Korean gacha games tend to be the most money-hungry ones, I've learned. Through all my years of gacha gaming. Especially big-name ones, so like Bandai Namco, Nintendo, Square. If it's a big-name company, they're probably really greedy, to be perfectly honest. You ever play that when you ever play a Dokkan Battle?
I've heard
It's
I
a
got like gotchas, but I got it be from Paul on, but then we
I will say it's a really good game if you just want something to play on your phone when you're on the train and you don't want to have to use two hands, right? Like if you're on the train or the bus and you don't want to have to actually really be involved in something, it's really good. It's pretty. It's what a mobile game should be like. And to be fair, Hoyoverse and Kuro games are more like, gacha games used to be mobile only, but they've made their way to the PC, right? So if you're looking at what, so if you're looking at what is like traditionally a gacha game or a mobile game, it's a really good mobile game. It is free to play friendly. You can play this game free to play. There is a YouTuber known as Toon Rami, who actually goes and clears all the hard content with old units that people should have, to kind of show that it can be cleared that way. It isn't easy, but but if you guys ever get a chance, he's actually a really fun guy to watch. I actually really enjoy watching him. Again, like I said, drama free, enjoyable. You can actually enjoy watching this guy. The other one, however, we're gonna have to talk about is Dragon Ball Legends. Oh my goodness! Anybody in here play Dragon Ball Legends? If Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle is a really is quite free to play friendly, Dragon Ball Legends is the exact opposite, man. So like, you remember when I told you how I got an Impact Third? I went in Impact Third, I did a single and got Dark Zayla, and then got her weapon in another single. Okay, so this is gonna give you guys a little bit of notes of me, right? Okay, like I can be a gacha game addict at times, all right, and it's not. This is not a badge. This is not a badge of honor. This is a badge of major failure. Okay, I do not suggest anybody do this. It is a really bad habit. I spent easily $800 in Dragon Ball Legends trying to get the fucking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and because they had finally released him, and that's my favorite character in the game, right? And I actually quit the game because of that. I quit. I was like, this is the third anniversary that I've had to play this game, and I've done this crap over and over. I mean, I'm just tired of it, right? I went over to Honkai Impact 3rd, and no, dude, that's not even a whale, dude. That's called that's an addict, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, that is nothing I would ever say anyone do. And to be perfectly honest, that's not even a whale in Dragon Ball Legends. Like, that would be like a light spender. Dragon Ball Legends is Dragon Ball Legends is like the complete opposite of Dokkan Battle, right? Now, I do play Dragon Ball Legends, but I'm going to explain what I did and why now. I originally started on a US account because I wanted to play the game in English. Here's the problem with that. Being in Japan, the Japanese yen has gotten so weak compared to the dollar that it's almost double the price to play the game on the US server than it is to play it on the Japanese server. In fact, buying a Dragon Ball Legends account, right, is a stacked account with most of the units would cost you about maybe $600 to $800 to buy a stacked account, which is, if you think about it, kind of a good deal for how much money that was spent to get those units. But here's the big thing, right? I just died because I didn't have enough. In the Japanese store, I was able to buy a fully stacked account with every single unit mostly done for like less than $200, right? So it's like way cheaper. And The big thing is that also, when you're looking at it, when you're at the actual store with the change in value, I can actually, it's a lot cheaper now not playing in the U.S. store. However, because I already have all the units, I don't have to worry about spending as much money now because I got them for cheaper this time. Because my original account got banned for cheating because I was cheating because I said fuck it, I'm gonna cheat. Actually, to be honest, I was using the cheats for PvE content, which is fine, and I forgot to turn them off for the PvP content. I was like, oops, well, I'm dead. But yeah, definitely the exact opposite, right? This game has, like, they just added in a new pay-to-win function, and this is a function that I think will get much more notice in other games, because it's an actual pay-to-win function, and this game, again, has PvP. And if you guys don't know, when playing a gacha game, PvP is the major red flag. If you see PvP in a game, and you're going to notice about most of these games I mentioned, PvP is a straight up avoid this game. Because PvP games always replace their units way too quickly. Where you're sitting there like, okay, I just got this unit, and now it's dead. And then, of course, they'll release, like, broken units, like the Daima Goku was pretty broken at the time. So, yeah. But their community is much more, I mean, it's really kind of the opposite of Dokkan. Like, in Dokkan Battle, they'll all agree to how bad a unit is on release, but in Legends, it's like, oh, man, it is the biggest load of fanboys I've ever seen. Unless you're talking the Legend fans who are also Dokkan players, they're usually pretty open about the truth. But most of the Legend fans, and like there's this weird rivalry too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like the Genshin rivalry where you have like, you know, Genshin players going into live streams for Honkai Star Rail and attacking Star Rail because, I don't know, they have nothing better to do with their life. You get like the same thing in Legends where they'll talk about how it's better than Dokkan Battle because it's not a bubble popper. It's weirdest thing ever. So yeah. So Dragon Ball games. If you're gonna play one, if you're looking for something to play on the go that you can actually manage to do free to play, I do suggest Dokkan Battle. I do not advise anybody to play Legends. I do know one of my viewers who's not here right now used to play Legends, and yeah, it's a pretty expensive game to keep up with, and it's not worth it when you can just play, you know, I don't know, Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball FighterZ, or just actually buy a game and play the game itself. Or just download the emulator and play the old classic SNES games. They're fun too. And then this one I talked to you about yesterday, Ethereal Restart. This one was a major letdown for me.
I tried that.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'm getting tired of, Pirate, it's the let's make a game with anime characters and put zero effort into the freaking game. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of absolute no effort. Like, and this is a big issue. I know a lot of people who play gacha games. Obviously, you guys are big into anime, right? Funny thing about me, I'm not that big into anime anymore. In fact, most of the time, the anime style can turn me off. Just because I see it all the time now, right? Like, you live in Japan, you see that all the time. It's nothing new anymore. It's not a fascination. It'd be like somebody making a game in the form of Adventure Time. You'd be like, okay. There's nothing special with it, especially when you kind of get to know the understanding behind a lot of anime. And a lot of the anime directors, you get to learn behind just how kind of bad they are. You're like, I don't like anime that much anymore. But this one was disappointing. Because this one could have been a really good game. And it really feels like... I don't know why... I don't know why they just made it so bad. It feels good. It's free to play in the beginning. But then all of a sudden, you can't even compete content to make your character stronger. It's a vicious freaking cycle of... you need to clear this content so your character can be stronger. But your character needs to be stronger to clear this content. Or it's, oh, you spent all of your resources leveling up these characters, but these are the characters you need to clear this content. It is, I think, it is a 2020 turn-based RPG in 2025, and I am really disappointed by how bad they messed it up. And the funny thing is, if you go to that game that has like a chat, right? You can see just how dead that game is. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is so dead on the Asia side. And then of course, if it has PvP in it, which like I said, is a bad sign, right? PvP is a bad sign. But the most frustrating thing about it also is that you get, it's one of those games where you end up playing with, the Korean and the Japanese, and if you're used to people who try to use games as proving their worth, like in the West we got Call of Duty, right? Where people like brag about Call of Duty or League of Legends, right? Like that's where all life matters, and it's like success doesn't matter. That's their success, right? It's the same. It's the same thing in Asia, but it's with these gacha games and just spending a lot of money. It is the most frustrating thing where you just get into matches and you're like, oh, well, this character has everybody already maxed out. I'm out. Because you can, of course, you can buy the mats needed to max characters out, which is why the leveling system is so slow in the game. If you guys have ever tried a Theory of Restart, let me know. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you're looking at it, dude, just go to Honkai Star Rail. Like, in all honesty, Honkai Star Rail is the best turn-based RPG. If that's not your type of game, dude, I would even suggest Seven Deadly Sins over this one. Like, Seven Deadly Sins has PvP, but it was way better balanced, and you can upgrade actually pretty fast versus this one. So, what about... I know, Pirate, I'm probably the one that plays most of the gacha games than anybody else, right?
But I don't really stop. I don't about it. Oh, no, that's... I start off, and then it just...
Wait.
Because I rather like something just that's just gonna be with this and then start when actually but when to I thought I was doing something like was yeah back try and then you have to go. So that's much because somewhat but when against the start just hoping you start just die.
Dude, what I hated was just like all the hype they had behind it, man. The hype meant
That's the whole idea behind it. That's the whole idea, and then just behind it. Because when you check it out, you're like, yeah, check it. And you realize,
it was honestly like it was a major disappointment, and it's a bummer because, I think we need good gacha games. Right, you need good gacha games to compete with these bad ones. I mean, like, dude, like PGR is really good still. I mean, I think it's even gotten better. I hopped in yesterday, got the new character, just by like doing events. Like I didn't spend any money, just did events. It was able to get the new character because you only got to get to 60 to get the character, right? And there are enough events I could actually get to the character. I think there's another one I use. I can't remember the name of it. I dabble in everything. Aether Gazer's a really good one that they have that But like the big issue is like Aether Gazer, Punishing Grey Raven, and Impact Third all play very similar, right? We don't have a lot of good turn-based gacha games. It's really only one, and that's Star Realm.
Gave a long time. Stop. So checking into the list. It's so. Oh, I think just a little bit got so it's basically just that's what I did, but I started fine.
I mean, I'm just glad I'm doing it. It's just terrifying when you take a look at. It's terrifying when you take a look at what.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's just terrifying when you take a look at what they've done with most gacha games, these turn-based gacha games, and you got to realize just how amazing Star Rail is because of that. You know. There is one coming out that I am a little interested in, which we talked about, which is called Night. What is it? I have it. Dual Night Abyss, where they're actually fully removing the gacha system from, like the gacha mechanic from it. Now, again, you have to be careful about what they're gonna do to monetize it, because they're gonna find some other way to monetize it. If they just use costumes, that's great. But if it's actually upgrading and account powers tied to money, that's gonna make it pretty much the exact same as. It's no different from a character gacha system, you know. So I'm looking forward to it, but it is not a company that I'm familiar with, and I've learned to always have your expectations low. And I think that's probably one you're talking about as a Dual Night Abyss. It might be one of the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, it a lot of ones that have they keep so strong, so that cheap people just. But my thing is that taking it all it's because yeah, to see the development is just should not. If you realize it might just be the same shit only a different color. It just be different. So it's really just to wait and see how it comes. Kind of like with my thoughts. And because action system can actually be.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with
you. I'm getting the system, I'm getting the new system just in time with everything is coming up. So that I can actually keep my proper review.
Well, I do think that Hoyoverse games and Kuro games, I think you can definitely feel the love of games in their systems. Like, realistically, I mean, like, even Genshin, let's be fair, even with Genshin, you can feel the love in the game. You know, it doesn't feel like just a cash grab. It does actually feel like you can feel the love in the game. Like, new character designs are always really good, and whatnot. So, I do think that with Genshin, you can feel the love in that game. And with any, you know, Wuthering Waves. And again, Punishing Grey Raven. I just hopped in Punishing Grey Raven, man. Like, the newest unit in PGR is pretty freaking badass. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I gotta get her. And the systems, like, they added some systems into that game because I haven't played it for over a year, and it really feels like that game has improved a lot. Sadly, the gameplay still feels the same, which is, in all honesty, not as good as Impact Third. I would still have to say between the games, if I have to pick a game, which one I would actually play regularly, I would pick Impact Third still, because Impact Third still feels more smooth and better, in all honesty. It just feels better. But it is, if you're not in Impact Third, if you're not into that type of stuff, and you're looking for more like that futuristic, like Wuthering Waves is, then PGR is probably where to go. It is definitely a good alternative. Yeah, I finished that event. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Hey, I can get one more shulker fish. Alright, now, one thing I did want to talk about, though, is Wuthering Waves. Okay. New character. Gabriella? Gabriella? Benny Bajeni? Okay. Gabby. I'll call her Gabby, like my friend Gabby. Alright, I'm just gonna say it, Weathering Waves, massive L here. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't think they would have had a win. I don't think they would have had a W after Yuno and Augusta. I don't think it was possible for them to actually get a win. I'm sorry. Those two characters are just so broken that every other character, I think, unless they released a broken character like that, feels broken. I mean, okay. It's just like with Genshin, right? When you had Mavuika come out, Skirk is cool, but Skirk is no Mavuika, right? She ain't no Himiko. And you can feel the difference between the two when you play them. You're like, okay, I hop on Mavuika, I just murder everything. I hop on Skirk, it's fun, but it's still alive. I don't like that. So, let's go into, okay, design. I love her design, okay? I really think her design is just absolutely freaking crazy cool, right? But, when you go to her play, like her damage, right, man? Her damage is just not there compared to what we had with Augusta and Luno. Like Luno, man. To be fair, I've got to compare Luno since my Augusta's at C6. But Luno is just insane, does insane more damage than she does. And it does feel kind of sad to me because I again, I don't think they could have won. Now, maybe we'll see a difference when the new guy comes out if he's for her and makes her better. But even watching, I'm gonna be honest, when watching the showcases where they used her on the Brandt and Lupa team, still did not seem as crazy powerful as Luna was. Definitely nowhere near Augusta. So, but that does bring us to another problem, which is, and it's something I'm seeing in Genshin and Genshin and Wuthering Waves a lot, and I think is a really bad mechanic. Needing to have specific characters, like not specific type of characters, specific characters, right? To fully get somebody's ability. Now, we saw this with Mavuika. We saw with Mavuika, right? With Sitlali. But to be fair, Sitlali is just one of the best supports out there right now. So, realistically, Mavuika just runs best with the two best supports in game. Which is Jelonin and Sitlali, which, if you're running an ice team, Sitlali's going to be on that ice team, right? She increases EM. She freezes. She's great for melt. She's great for freeze. She's just one of the best supports out there. She has a really good shield, which is really important, right? And then, of course, everyone knows how broken Jelonin is. Like, Jelonin is absolutely just the best support. Like, she's, Kazuha 2.0 is always amazing, right? But now we're coming into with Star Rail. Oh, not sorry. Impact Third. With Weathering Waves, we're coming into, like, with this character where her ideal is 2 specific characters. Or she might have 3 teams. Again, Shorekeeper, I give a pass. Because, it's Shorekeeper, right? Shorekeeper is the best support in game, right?
Yes, that's why it makes sense with it. She's
So,
a school. If you could get it again, she's just
yeah, so Shorekeeper I give a pass to. Because she's universally just amazing, right? Almost every team is going to call for Shorekeeper.
I realize that's not she capable. That's exactly what it's on. Every single time.
I mean, like, she's...
Every single team, they have showcase. she is almost just
I mean, in all honesty, if you're gonna see 680 character in this game, Shorekeeper is the one you want to see 6. Just because she has the most value and you use her the longest. I would think the second most valuable character to C6 would be Luno. But I do think that Shorekeeper is more valuable than Luno just because of more universality, right? So I am not going to include Shorekeeper because of the fact that Shorekeeper is just so good that it doesn't feel like fair to pick out to attack the best support in game.
You can't show you're not gonna need it.
Yeah. So I want to talk. What I mean is by this is purely characters that you wouldn't run in any other team, but you need for their team, right? So if it's a character you would run in other teams, I don't count it. So Luno, who you would run, I think, quite often, and Shorekeeper, who you'd run quite often, I don't count.
Yes. It was into that little bit. Right.
But if it's a character that you would never touch in any other sense of the way, it just feels wrong. Like, for example, I mean, like, I really hate the fact that I have Zanny and I have Cantarella and their weapons, but I can't run them because I don't have the other characters that they need. I don't have Phoebe, and I don't even... And the thing is, I don't want Phoebe. But because I don't have Phoebe, Zani's capabilities are much lower.
Yeah, she is just...
It's just depressing for me. Because I would like to have... You know, I mean, like, for me, it's just like... I don't like the fact that I have to have specific characters to play them, so I can't use them, right? And that's pretty much what it is. Mm-hmm. I cannot use them because the game has decided... Because the developers did that. And to be fair, Genshin's doing the exact same thing with the new Lunar Blue systems, right? Where it's like, okay, well, you need these new characters to make this team actually where it should be. If you take a look at the new characters in Genshin, right? They are not... They are A tier without the actual characters you need on them, okay? So if you just have them as... with any other group, yeah, they're not really all that great, and it's really kind of depressing because it's like I don't know why they did that. Like it just makes for me less of a reason to pull for a character, in my opinion. Okay, there it is. But yeah, my issues on that. I don't really play that one. I am looking forward to the new guy though. The new guy looks really cool. So I'm really excited about him. What are your thoughts on the new guy coming out, man? That comes out in like 3 weeks.
I'm not excited to I think I'm guessing. I anticipate guess it's Ashley H's teacher. Also, really good. That's right. He looks cool. He was interesting design for the dog. So, as most people say, there's only impact when people who are 2.5 shoes was really just even more beats. It's not there were no new deals just so I didn't rush but how the new act me. The sequel goes. We just team all things. Yeah. Because I'm trying not to look at things. Just the needs of that short but I said you can't just have these decisions. So see where I am into should have checked. Honest, my take on it is I'll wait and see it swim. One, I'm nothing to go for him anyway, so that's fine. So everything I have was a cheese. And she comes up. And she comes up and like
I mean, I'm looking really forward to him. I think he's going to be really good to have. I mean, I'm pretty. I'm always a big fan of the Wandering Swordsman characters. You know, that's always been a big thing for me. I'm not a fan of.
the one also when he has this mysterious. And the thing is, the thing that we are missing in the as he does is in him. Similarly, as this hope and see sense.
I will say who I'm really excited for.
What's up?
The new Don Hang. New Don Hang coming out this Wednesday, actually.
It's this Wednesday.
It's this Wednesday. Everybody who plays plays Star Wars will get him for free. So I will say, if you have the game installed but you haven't hopped into it, this is supposed to be one of the best sustained characters ever. And if you remember how good Dr. Ratio was on release, Dr. Ratio was insanely good. Something I would highly suggest everybody go for, log in to pick up. He is free. You don't have to summon for him. He is going to be one of the best sustain units in the game, which is great. He's actually have the ability. He's going to be one of the few characters who can shield and heal if he gets light cone again. You need his light cone for that. But since you don't got to summon for him, you've got the currency for the light cone. So he comes Wednesday, and I am crazy excited about him. Like, straight up, super excited about him. I'm going to open up this. I'm trying to get hot. There we go.
See how the dragon is.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. His hype is kind of killed by, you know, us knowing Alicia comes next. But still, I mean, when Star Rail was first announced, the one character I really liked and was disappointed he was only a 4-star was Don Hang. So when we got the first version of Don Hang, Lumis Lube, I went crazy for him. And now that we're getting another form of him, which looks really freaking cool, by the way. I really love his design. Yeah, I'm super psyched for that. So I'm going all in for him.
Okay.
But we also have another character coming in 2 weeks. And that is Alicia will be dropping in Impact 3rd in 2 weeks. Yeah. This is a very, very, very busy time for
It is.
if you are a Gacha game player. I mean, like, there's just so much, dude, coming out. I'm pretty psyched about it, dude. Like, this week is Don Hang. Next week is Alicia in Impact 3rd. After that, well, let's just check here. After that, we'll have the new guy in Weathering Waves. And then after that, should be the new character in Genshin. And then after that should be Alicia and Star Rail. Like, every single week is going to be a hype release, which, I'll be honest, isn't always good in the gacha games. But on the bright side, it does mean that there's gonna be a lot to do with these new characters and a lot to, because new characters means new content, new events, etc. And at least they're all different games, which means like you can actually, you have different, resources for each game. But we all know the biggest release is the Alicia's. That's the biggest hype. Man, I love how she looks badass. I just wish she did more damage, man. She looks so cool. It's also really weird because I'm doing Weathering Waves. I never do this.
It's going to be bad.
I'll be honest, man. ZZZ from Mimia. I just can't keep into that game. I really, as weird as this sounds, as a person who plays mobile games because I'm on the trains a lot, it's too much of a mobile game for me to get into. It just, for me, it feels too much like Bunkai Impact 3rd in the first few months. I know a lot of people are still in the ZZZ, but for me, I mean, I don't enjoy the game. I've tried so many times. I can't really get into the story. Even the most badass characters, instead of making it even better, it's like, oh no, she's not part demon, she's this. It's like, oh god damn it, just make her a demon. It's like, can't just be a demon, that's cooler. So I'm not really big into ZZZ that much, to be honest. For me, dude, my biggest one again is Star Rail. Star Rail, I mean, I just love turn-based. It's the easiest to relax with. Anyways, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go use the restroom real fast, so I'll be right back. And then, yeah. Is that my wife? Is she coming home? Oh, yep, that's her. Right. I'll be right back. Gonna use the bathroom and I'll be right back. Let me mute my mic so there's no background noise.
全弾装填完了。いつでも撃てる。
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Kind of an emergency there. Alright. So... Alright, any last thoughts? I think we're coming to the end of it. We've got over everything. We have the...
Just be bittersweet. I have to say I love social that in essence det managed when you see the little I so out basically one page one page just when I see that I mean it in a sense would be like it's finishing or they go sure and it's the reporter it's finished to me before the time. Which I'm happy for that sense when it's out a new patch. A new year is because you get into it's like yeah, so much it just
Nice. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to be closing up soon. Before we close, something I want to do today, though, since we have extra time. I want to leave the last 15 minutes open for anybody who has... If you guys want to, like, make any comments, any questions, whatnot. Last 15 minutes will be for you guys to go ahead and handle that, and then we'll close up after that. So, I'm going to go and switch over to PGR probably here in a second and see how that goes on PC. See if it works okay now still. After getting this chest.
you see that yeah the
Yeah, so it's easy.
this that's the yeah you can it's all stuff.
Yeah, the only problem for me...
I should is a lot of
The only problem with me and ZZZ was that, again, like, it just feels like it's too similar to Impact Third for me to really get into it. You know, that's the problem. It's way too similar to Impact Third. And so for me, it's like, which do I want to play? Do I want to play Star? Do I want to play ZZZ or do I want to play Impact Third? Right. So, if I think for people who aren't that big in Impact Third, ZZZ is... The dog is loud. ZZZ is more newer for them, and it's also on console, right? That's a big thing too, right? Is ZZZ is on console. How many of these people playing ZZZ on mobile phone, right? And Impact Third is not on console, which is a major L for Hoyo. I don't know why they haven't done it yet.
I don't know this taking it's
But yeah, I think because of that right there, I think that you don't have, you know, more people are into the Impact Third, or into ZZ than Impact Third. I personally, yeah, because I played Impact Third for so long, and Impact Third has a much, I feel, better storyline, has a better set of characters, and has improved. I'm bigger on that than I am on ZZZ. I've tried ZZZ 4 or 5 different times, and it's just so hard for me to actually get into the game. I'm just like, okay, I just can't get into it. And, you know, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think, I think if I started Genshin right now, I wouldn't get into it. I'd be like, nah. Especially if I played Wuthering Waves first and then hopped into Genshin, I would probably be like, I just can't get into this.
yeah,
You know, I don't feel the same way about Impact Third or Star Wars. I feel like if I played Wuthering Waves first, but when it's Impact Third, I would be more in Impact Third. Because Impact Third just feels better the way it's been made. And Punishing Gray Raven's still good, but Impact Third just feels like a better combat system in general. And it feels, I mean, Punishing Gray Raven, I'm going to be honest, is very difficult to kind of get around. It's quite difficult, actually. It's not easy to figure out what you got to do, right? So I do feel like Impact Third is much simpler to understand than Punishing Gray Raven. And then, of course, there is no turn-based game that can, like, I was playing Seven Deadly Sins before I played Star Rail, and Star Rail is still just freaking way better. So, yeah. Just that's how that is. You said Mia, you saw one called Ananta. I've not seen that one yet, so I'll have to look that one up later. Oh, Ananta.
Is basically that's basically anime cheating. It's basically edition. There's no gacha said to be in this possible.
Oh, yeah. So it's gonna be the exact same as Dual Night Abyss. I do think that's a better way to go. I mean, I do think if these gacha games can start learning how to advertise, to monetize away from actual spending money on getting characters, I think it would be good. If they can learn how to monetize the game without causing the game play to be affected, I think that's a good way. I think that's a great route, you know?
I can do it now.
But you gotta do that, you know, you gotta make it to where you're not affecting the gameplay. Sorry, PGR just got really loud. Turn that down. I want to log in to this thing. It is so disappointing that PGR does not have 4K availability on PC. Come on, man. Give me my 4K. We got a few more minutes. Anybody else have anything else they would like to say, confirm, or ask, whatnot? Feel free to. If not, I'm going to go ahead and probably... Are we in the North America server? I think North America is where I started this one at. I hope so. No, it's going to be the Asia. I got to move to one of my servers. Oh, yep, this is it. Oh, God, dude. Look, dude, let me show you how badass this character... Like, this character's so badass looking. Okay, let me go to my settings here. Settings. Graphics. Ultra, thank you. Is that the highest it goes? 256 by 2048? This is actually... Wait, what the hell? Hold on there. Okay. Alright, looks like it's going fine. I know I had issues. Another reason I stopped playing this game so much is I had issues with the game actually fitting on my screen properly. Hopefully that's not an issue this time. Hopefully that's been updated and fixed. Also, I like the fact that characters are guaranteed in Punishing Gray Raven, just like Impact Third. Detish noise. What is it? Thank you. Okay, I can purchase on PC. Good. All right. Oh snap! I didn't know I could claim stuff. Oh hell yeah, I'll claim that stuff. I had claiming bonuses. I didn't know that. I had. Hey, you spent money a long time ago. Let's give you some bonuses. Hey, that is nice. I'm gonna go this other. All right. Again, we will do this again, guys, next week. Next week, Pirate will be leading it, so he'll come up with the subjects we're going to talk about. And I will see you guys next week. I'm going to probably hop off stream here because I got work today and whatnot. And then I also haven't eaten anything, and I'm starving. I'm not going to lie. I'm a hungry man. So, it was great seeing everybody again. Anyone? Oh, and I think I got some follows last week. Thanks for the follows if you followed last week. If you haven't already, follow Caribbean on his site. Great guy to follow too. And then I will see you guys next week. Pirate Man, I'll see you next week. Have a good week and take care of yourself, man.
I'll be seeing you because I'm so.
Yeah, I'll see you in 2 minutes. I know.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think it the system. I think.
But for Twitch,
Yeah.
actually, I might see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I have off. I might stream tomorrow. Who knows? So we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Later.